Guys, Marco here, welcome back to another lesson. Today I want to show you a bunch of chords that inspire me a lot. Being able to play chords in different positions of the neck is a really important aspect of your guitar playing, because each position can unlock a lot of different melodic possibilities. In fact, the chord that I was playing at the beginning of the video is a beautiful E major 9. Now this chord is not just beautiful, but it also has all the notes of the major scale, the E major scale, within the same position. So it's easy to play the chord and then just play the scale within the same position. Now in this video we're gonna get into details and I'm gonna show you how to play these chords and the scale that I like to use with these chords, so that you can get inspired and come up with your chords and your melodies. Now the first chord is the E add 9 chord. And I also like to play it with the major 7 as well, like this. Beautiful sounding chord. We play in the low E string, the D string fret number 9, then 11, and then again the fret number 9 on the B string. Or with a bar chord, and you have 9, 11, 9, 11. Now the reason why I like this chord so much is because all the notes of the E major scale, which is the scale that we're going to use to play around with this chord, are found within the same position. So you can play the chord and then come up with a bunch of melodies. Now the scale is this one. Starting from the low E string, you have the fret number 12, 9, 11, 12, 9, 11, 8, 9, 11, 9, 10, 12, 9, 11, and 12. So you can literally play the chord Now the next chord is a minor chord. It's D minor add 9 chord. It's beautiful sounding chord, and I like it because the scale that we're going to use within this chord, it's beautiful. We have two different scales, the minor scale and the harmonic minor scale. It sounds like this. Now I like to approach this chord with two different scales, the D minor scale and the D harmonic minor scale. Now the D minor scale is this one. And you're playing the A string fret number 5, 7, 8, 5, 7, 8, 5, 7, 5, 6, 8, 5, 6, 8. But you can also play the harmonic minor scale, which will have the 7th degree of the scale raised. So we have 5, 7, 8, 5, 7, 8, and then 6, and 7, 9, and 10. So obviously when you play it, you don't want to play the scale up and down. In fact, in the example, I started with the harmonic minor scale. You see, I'm playing around within the 7, 6, and 7, and then 5, and then the fret 7, 8, and 7. So I'm playing with this 5th, minor, 6th, 6th, which is also really dramatic and beautiful. The next chord is a G major chord, and it's a G, I call it G Lydian chord because it's played with the sharp 11, and it sounds like this. So I'm playing 3, 5, and 7, but I'm also playing the G string fret number 6, which is the note C sharp, the sharp 11, okay? So it's a beautiful sounding chord. You can also throw in the B string open if you want. Now this is a Lydian chord. We're not going to treat it as the root chord, and what that means is we can't really play the G major scale over this chord. We have to play the D major scale. Now the reason why we need the D major is because the G major chord, the G Lydian chord, is the chord built on the 4th degree of the major scale. And if we play the D major scale, we will have D, E, F sharp, and G. So the 4th degree of the D major scale is the note G. Therefore we can build the G Lydian chord over this degree, and so we use the D major scale over this chord. I like to play this position. I have 3, 5, 7, 4, 5, 7, 4, 5, 7, 4, 6, 7, 5, 7, 3, 5, and 7. I really love the Lydian sound. It's just amazing, and it sounds so open space and dreamy. Next chord is the E minor 11. Beautiful and really popular chord on the guitar. It sounds like this. Now we're not going to treat this chord as the root chord. In fact, we're not going to be using the E minor scale, but we're going to use the D major scale, meaning we're going to treat this chord as a Dorian chord. And what I mean by that is the Dorian chord is the chord built on the 2nd degree of the major scale. And so this E minor 11 could be treated as the 2nd degree of the major scale. And the scale that we're referring to is the D major scale. In fact, the 2nd degree of the D major scale is the note E. So that we can build this chord over this 2nd degree of the D major scale and play the D major scale. Now I'm playing the A string fret number 5, and then 2, 4, 5, 2, 4, and 2, 3, 5, and 2, 3, 5. And you can also keep going down on the A string and play the fret number 4 and fret number 2. And you can kind of refer to it also as the B minor scale if you want. Now the B minor and the D major shares the same note, as the B minor is the relative minor scale of the D major. So they basically have the same notes. These are the chords that I like to use all the time when I want to, get inspired or just want to noodle around with an idea. The chords that really make me feel comfortable when I improvise or I just need some inspiration. So I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Let me know if you like it, and I'm going to talk to you next time for another video.